it's Abby from Make Life Your Runway, and I'm here with my crazy hair. We're gonna do a look using all new products. Some are actually new to the market, and some are new to just me, but have been hanging around for a little while. So, if this sounds like something you would like to watch, then just keep watching. Here we go. Let's go ahead and start off with primer. I've already done skincare on my face. And so the foundation that we're using is new to me. It's the Mary Kay Luminousware foundation. This is what it looks like. Mine is in the color Ivory too. This is a thick formula and it's kind of yellow tone. So I feel I need a primer that is more hydrating and lotion-like to help it go on. But another product we're using that is new to me is it's just a sample of the Urban Decay Elliptical Blur. It is just a sample size. This is too thick for me. It's more of a pore filling primer. So I'm going to go ahead and start with both of these primers right here. So again, it's the Stila One Step and the Urban Decay Elliptical Blur. Alright, so I'm just going to take a pump of this on my hand. And as you can see, it does look like a lotion, so I'm just going to put it more so on my cheeks and my chin and my temples, because we're going to go in with that Urban Decay one, a little bit on my nose and those other areas. So I'm going to take just a little pump. I really like the Stila one, and that's not so much new to me, but I'm not really a fan of the Urban Decay one. It's a little too thick for me. I don't really need this much pore filling with my dry skin. And I've seen very mixed reviews on it, but I do want to use the sample. It is in my rolling project pan, so I just wanted to show it to you guys in action. So I did just focus that where my pores are and on my forehead, and I will take a little bit into my smile lines just to help fill in that area. And then next we're going to go in with the Mary Kay foundation, and I'm actually going to use something a little different. I'm going to use both a beauty blender and then one of these type brushes. This is an iBeauty one that's from TJ Maxx, but I will stamp it or pour it on my beauty blender, stamp it on my face, and then use the brush. So that might have been a lot, but I'm going to stamp it on my face to start. And you can see it's very yellow toned, and it is very light, but I feel like, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like it takes a minute to go into my skin with this brush. It is going a little bit easier, and I feel like I can see it sitting on my skin as I'm applying it and applying all my products. But when I'm done with my full face and setting it with my Urban Decay primer, I feel like it looks really nice. Like the final product of it is really nice, but like the application of it scares me a little bit because I feel like I can see it just sitting on my skin. I've worn it 2 times. This will be the 3rd time, and both times, oddly enough, they were to like events. So events being like not just to work. One was my friend's bridal shower, and I honestly don't remember what the other one was. It was for something, I don't remember. But it wore the whole day both times, and I really did like it. So I'm going to take the rest and just stamp it right here where you can see some redness coming through. But I'm going to go to the gym. I have to train 2 people, and then my boyfriend and I are going to dinner and a movie. So I do want this look to look nice and last for, I don't know, like 8 hours. So I'm just putting the rest on my skin, what's left on the beauty blender, and then pressing in everything with the brush. The brush does a nicer job of smoothing it over my skin versus the beauty blender, so I kind of like using both of them together. And then that is the foundation. You can see it isn't too light once it's all blended out onto my skin. Alright, going in with concealer. This is a concealer that's new-ish to me, but not new to the beauty world. It is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, and mine is in light. You do have to shake it well. It's a very light formula. and it does have like a thick dome applicator, so I'm going to put that under my eyes, and it is pink tone compared to like the yellow toneness that we just put on in the foundation. I'm going to put it on my lids as well. This product does smell like paint a little bit. Not as bad as the Wet n Wild foundation. I don't own that, but there was an open one at the store one day, and I was like, you know what? I'm curious like what this paint smell is, because I heard so many people on YouTube talk about it, and yeah, it's strong. But this smells like maybe just like 10% of that smell, if that makes sense. So I am just pressing this in with my beauty blender, and I do like this product. It's very lightweight. Very light coverage, so if you have some darkness that you're trying to cover up, or I don't know, if you want something a little heavier, you probably won't like this, at least not by itself, but it is nice for just average makeup wearing days. So pressing all that in my skin, and then a couple of products are not new. They're just go-tos, and I don't want to leave them out of this video. So, did I grab them? Yes. So, I want to set my under eyes with my Wet n Wild Dulce de Leche. I talk about this a lot, mostly because it is my only under eye setting powder that I'm using at the moment. So, I use an e.l.f. setting brush, tap into it, and then I will just go under the eye, outside to inside, and inside to outside. And then I will take this on my lid. You can see it's already creasing a little bit, so I want to make sure I get those creases out. Same on the bottom. Alright, and then for the rest of my skin, this is also a product that is not new, but it is the only setting powder I have right now, and it is the Cover FX. This is the Translucent Light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some into the lid. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender that I use for foundation, and we're just going to stamp this all over the face. I go in between using this product with a brush and a beauty blender. I like them both equally. It's just really what I'm feeling for the day. But this is nice. And again, I don't have a new setting powder. When this one runs out, I'll try something new. I'm kind of leaning towards the Maybelline Fit Me because it's so affordable and it has so many like good reviews and stuff, and if it is nice, it's only $5.99, which is really nice. But then I'm like tempted by like Too Faced has their loose setting powder, the Born This Way, and there's just a few others that I'm like, what do I try next? But I do like to have only one setting powder at a time. Just the way my brain works, I really enjoy it. So I do like to make sure all the tackiness is taken away, and it is for the most part. So we are going to move on to new products, more new products. Alright, the first is this L'Oreal. This is the True Match Lumi bronzer, and mine is in medium. And so I'm actually going to use a huge bronzer brush. This one is from ABH Cosmetics, and so I'm just gonna press it all in. I go in between loving this big brush for bronzer and not, but I really wanted to get it out again, especially because this is such a light formula that you really need to go, I don't know, several layers if you have a really fluffy brush. So I thought maybe a more dense brush would pack it on, and you can see the difference between the two already. I am just gonna kind of press it into my skin because it is such a dense brush. You kind of have to be more precise with it. This used to be my favorite. This is like my secret weapon when I'm panning bronzers because it is so dense. It picks up so much more product. A few years ago, I panned my NYC bronzer, and this brush is how I ended up getting through it. So, little tips for you guys. I'm going to go on this side as well. Just stamping it on. See, I can see this Mary Kay foundation just sitting right here. And after I set everything, I won't see it sitting there, but it just bothers me during my makeup application. This bronzer is nice. It's very subtle, which is nice because then you can take your time building it up. As you can see, it's very light on the skin. There are definitely more intense bronzers out there, but I think Walmart is probably the cheapest to get this. It's not at Ulta for some reason, but Walmart is where I ended up picking it up. I don't see it everywhere, but it is super nice to use. And I think that's all I'm going to do with the bronzer. It's pretty, right? It reminds me a lot of the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer with like the glimmer, shimmer, glitter, whatever in it. Alright, this blush came in Boxy Charm. It is pretty vulgar, and it is Make Them Blush 111 Prim Vixen. So it is like in your face. It's so intense. I wore it once on an Instagram live, but I wanted to wear it again, and I do. Oh wait, here's my brush. This blush brush came from Amazon. It's super cheap, but I like how fluffy and whimsical it is for blush. So I am gonna just stamp it in, and you can see it is super intense, so tap it off. And then I'm gonna be at the very end of my brush so that I'm not putting a lot on, because look, yes. It is, woo girl, okay, We are blushing today. Same on the other side. Yeah, it's very like in your face for me, but I don't know. I like the formula, like it's a good formula. I just don't know about the color. So we'll have to tone that down at the end when we do the Hourglass product. And then this guy, there are just some products you see and you're like immediately are like, I have to have that. Like, I don't care how many highlighters I have to have that. And it is Anastasia Amrezy. It is just absolutely gorgeous. And I did get one of the new Real Techniques brushes. It's one of their purple limited edition. So I just tap it in, and then I just go in. Just going in at the top of the cheeks. Like, do you see that? And I do keep my hand at the end of the brush. Whew, I just burped, I'm sorry. And it's like the brush is just barely touching the skin, and as you can see, I've gone over with a few layers, taking the bridge of my nose and then on my brows, on my cupid's bow, and then I will take a little bit on my temple. Oh yeah, I really like taking highlight over my brows before I do them. I think it just helps highlight them. I don't know, I just really like it. I love this. This is beautiful. It is kind of expensive. It was like $26, $28. So it is a splurgy item, but if you are in the market or have a gift card, it is just absolutely gorgeous. So I think we're done. We might do a little bit more after I set my face, but that's all I want to use right there. I'm gonna go in and do my eyebrows off camera, but I am using a new product. I'm using the It Brow Power. This is in Universal Taupe. This came in a Boxy Charm. I've used it a couple of times and I do enjoy it as a spoolie on one end and then a little bit of a thicker tip for the product. So I'm going to put that on, and then a product that is not new to me is the Essence Make Me Brow and Blondie Brows. So I'm gonna do my brows and I will be right back. Okay, you can see like they just look so nice. I don't know, I really enjoy this, and I think it matches my hair color. It's good. It's real good. Alright, another BoxyCharm item. These did not all come in the same BoxyCharm, but you know, I pay the $21 a month and they are new products to me, so I figure I might as well just share them with you. So this is a BoxyCharm and Pure collaboration. This is an eyeshadow palette, and I will say the quality of it is, it's okay. It's powdery. There isn't a lot of, not a lot of pigmentation to the eyeshadows, but I mean, it came in a subscription box, so I think given that, it's nice, and I love the peach tones that are in it. I'm not going to do anything too crazy on my eyes because I don't want this video to be too long. I just want to give you like a general idea for this palette. So first we're going to go in with Perfect. It is the tan color. And it, like I said, it's very powdery, so you want to tap it off. And we're just going to put this on the eyes, get rid of any remaining creases, and just to prep it for more eyeshadow, basically. So this is the e.l.f. concealer brush, but I love it for putting one color all over the lid. So yeah, that's very simple. Then we're going to go in with a... let's choose another It by Ulta brush. This is their crease brush. And we're going to go in with Naked, which is a little bit of a peach orange color. So like I said, it is super powdery. Can you see that? Can you see the powder in that? So there is a lot, but that's okay. You just gotta tap it off. We're gonna run this just above the crease again. My hand is at the end of the brush. This just adds some control, and it also makes sure you're not putting too much product on your eye at one time or on your face in general. So as you can see, it's not very pigmented. It was just a little bit wash of a color. So I'm going to go in and do a second coat. And we're going to keep this a light wash of color. So we're only going to do 2 coats. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This is a palette that it's like, okay, it's nice that it came in a subscription service and you can definitely get some pretty looks out of it, but if it were like sold separate, I would say absolutely not. If that makes sense. But that's just, it's just okay. So there we go. We have just a light wash of color. Then we're going to go in with a Wet n Wild crease brush. These are so nice and only $1. But we are going to go in with the color that was next to Naked, which is called Belle, right here. And we're just going to tap it in, and we're going to take it just a little bit under that color. Taking it just a little bit under the color. And this one we're going to have to do at least 2 coats. I think 2 might be okay. Yeah, 2 might be good. Same on the other side, just below that color we did before. This is adding a nice light gradient, which is the nice thing about this palette, but the amount of powder that is all over my desk already is like, oh my god, a little intense. But yeah, we're actually going to go in with a 3rd coat right here. When I was doing using this the other day, I basically just stopped tapping it off of my brush because I'm like, I just need more pigmentation, and it did get a little bit on my face, but that 3rd coat really took it where it needed to go. And then I think next for all over the lid, I have not used this color yet, but it's called Alliance, and it's kind of like this dark green gold. I don't really know like what you would call it, but it looks really pretty. So I'm just gonna tap, oh yeah, tap that on the lid, and these shimmers in here are really nice. I'm gonna do a little bit more, probably gonna take a few coats to pack it on. Two coats. And I do want to make sure there's some at the end here on both sides. I'm going to take a flat shader brush. This came in that same Amazon kit. And I'm going to go in with Charmer. And I'm going to put that on my inner corner right here. And just fade it out like 1/3 in. Oh yeah, we got fallout on my face. Same on the other side. And then we're going to go in with that Wet n Wild brush without any additional product and just take it through the crease. I don't know about this, guys. Alright, we're going back in with that Alliance color. I think that's all I'm going to get out of it. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush to just swipe away this product that fell out. I feel like I need more of like a transition color and I just don't have it. Let me go back in with that Wet n Wild and I'll go in with BFF. This kind of bright, I don't know what you want to call it, pink? Yep. Okay. We're getting a little pop here. I think one tap in might be good for this one. Maybe not. So freaking pretty. And then I'm going to go back in with Alliance. And then we're going to go in with that original crease brush we used. And we're going to just tap back into Decay and run that above the crease one more time. And we have more fallout. Alright, so we're going to wipe away that fallout again. I think it's okay. Once we get the mascara on, I think it will look nice. So for mascara, we're going to use the L'Oreal Primer. I've never used this before, and I always hear good things about it. So I'm just going to coat my top lashes with it. And I've used this a few times at this point, and you definitely don't want it to dry down too long, or else it is hard to get your mascara, which is kind of common for primers, but I feel like this one, it wants to be used when it wants to be used, okay? And I can't blame it for that. For living the life it wants to live, I can't blame it. But you just need to know you have to work fast. So it is going to make your lashes like white, if you can see mine. And then over that, this is not a new product to me. It's actually one of my favorites, but it's one, look at my lash. But it's one that I pulled back out recently, but it is Benefit They're Real. It's one of my favorite mascaras that is high end, and I find it's best to wear it over a primer or coat on top of another mascara, because it is so hard to get off when it's on your lashes by itself. But if you put it on top of something, it's pretty easy to take off. And plus, the way that the wand is, the bristles are so far out that it just really adds a nice definition to your lashes so that they do look a little bit like false lashes, like they claim. Okay, I'm going to finish my mascara off camera because I need to be really, really close to the mirror for this. Guys, I had like a huge sneeze and I got the mascara like all under here, so I had to put some more concealer down there. I would say I prefer that they're real over top the Essence Lash Princess. I don't know, it's a little like, it's fine. It's not my favorite, but it's fine. I don't know. It still looks like nice and thick. Alright, so the final let's do this. This is not new, but I like to finish every product with my Hourglass Dim Light. So I just take my fluffy brush and I take it on my forehead, down my nose. I run it here, around my mouth, and then a little bit under my contour or bronzer. And this helps all like loud blushes kind of just blend in a little bit and not be so loud. And then I'm going to set everything with Urban Decay All Nighter, which I did not grab. Here it is, so I'm going to put this all over my face. Mine is in the old packaging. I do have the new packaging, but I'm just going to finish that up. I do want to go back into Amrezy with that setting spray and just put like another coat on. Yes, please. Alright, 2 more products that are new, and then this look is complete. First is Buxom White Russian. I love these Buxom glosses, but I've never tried the cult favorite in White Russian. So this was on sale, half off on Ulta's 21 days of savings. It's originally $20, and I purchased it for $10. Okay. It's super pretty and light. I could see why people like it. The formula is great on these. I like the nude color, and I could see how this would go. It would go nice just over any other type of lipstick. And then one of my favorite products right now, Too Faced Festival Refresh Mystical Effects Setting and Refreshing Spray. I don't like to use this as a setting spray by itself. I like to top it over my Urban Decay. So it's blue, and then you shake it up. Then it becomes like this magical purple color. Okay, it's just magical. Do you see what's happening here? And I know my face is still a little wet, but it will dry down and basically still look like this. But I hope you guys enjoyed trying out new products with me. Not necessarily new to the market, but new to this girl. So please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!